So this is a video review of everything that we covered in the first day of Seeds Physics. I just wanted to go over the terms again real quick and then do another example for you guys. Okay, so scalars and vectors, the two types of quantities that we're going to handle in physics. Scalars are just magnitude. Remember, magnitude is just a big fancy word for number. So a scalar has just magnitude, 10 meters, 10 gallons, 10 seconds. They're all scalar quantities. Vectors are magnitudes with a direction. Magnitudes with a direction. So if I say travel 10 meters south, that is the example of a vector quantity. 5 miles east, also a vector quantity because there is a direction added to the magnitude. The two big terms that we focused on for day one, distance, how far something moves, and displacement, the change in position. Distance is how many steps you take to get to somewhere. So if you walk 5 yards and then walk 10 yards, your total distance traveled would be 5 plus 10, which is 15 yards. Displacement is your change in position. So we want to connect the starting point and the ending point in order to figure out that length, and that represents the displacement. Here we have another example very similar to what we did in class. An XY axis, we're starting at the origin. We're going to walk 3 units to the right, and then we're going to walk 4 units up to this ending point. And we want to figure out the distance and the displacement. The distance is fairly straightforward. It's just the number of units that we travel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 plus 4 makes 7 units. So the distance traveled is 7. Remember, we do not need a direction on this because distance is a scalar quantity. Now for the displacement, it's a little bit more complicated. We need to connect the starting point and the ending point, draw a dotted line between the two. And we need to figure out the difference between the starting point and the ending point by figuring out the length of this line. Since this makes a right triangle, we can use the Pythagorean Theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that's going to be 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. Or 25 is equal to c squared. And we get c is equal to 5. So we've got 5 units for my overall displacement. That's the magnitude, but I still need a direction. Now, you could say up and right. That would be an appropriate answer. For me, I would probably say northeast. So we're going northeast. The direction you can be a little off on, okay? You can use different kinds of words to get us there. But here, a displacement of 5 northeast. The 5 represents the difference in the starting and ending point, and the northeast tells us the direction to make it a vector quantity. That's all we covered for day one in the capstone physics experience.